I mean, isn't in a way the focus on student loan debt sort of a case of treating the symptom rather than the disease? I mean, you mentioned in your story that, in your column, that costs of college, not just the debt itself, have increased dramatically over the last several decades. A 2015 Federal Reserve Bank of New York study found that all these subsidized loans from the government actually contributed to raising those costs. So I mean, what can this really do if the state is not addressing sort of the root cause, which is why these colleges are so expensive?
Yeah, no, I think that's a very good point. And I have other legislation that I'm both that I've myself written and that I'm co-sponsoring that's aimed more at that root cause. I think you've got to do both. Right now we're in a crisis, which is that we have millions of students, tens of thousands in Massachusetts, millions nationally, who are really whose credit is being destroyed, who are being harassed by these really unfair and unscrupulous practices. We need protections for that, but absolutely we need to do more about the root causes of why college is increasing. Look, no other service in our economy, except maybe healthcare, which is a topic probably for another day, but no other service in our economy has grown where have costs grown the way college has. It's many orders of magnitude more than inflation. So there's a lot of things contributing to that. The subsidization of loans undoubtedly is part of that. This bill does not subsidize loans. It creates protections for people who already took the loan. So
yeah, to be clear, this bill does not affect payment plans or anything like that.
It's a back-end protection for people who have already taken out the loan. But, on your point, there's a lot of other things driving up the cost of college. Certainly subsidized loans do play a role. There's a lot of research and evidence that shows that. Frankly, it's more competitive now and to get into college, and it's more important. Demand's never been higher, so that pushes the cost up. The supply and demand in economics applies to education as well. And we frankly need to do a better job putting some pressure on universities and colleges to control costs, keeping faculty salaries under control. It's a little disheartening when you see universities that take public dollars for financial aid and for other investment, and they build multi-million-dollar gyms and recreational facilities when their academic and scholarship programs often don't get the same support. So I view these as going in tandem. You've got to do work on the front end to control costs. You've got to help kids who are trying to get into school pay for school, and you've got to provide the back-end protections once those loans have been issued, so that people feel like they have some basic sense of fairness and some basic protections in the system.